It was just past 6 p.m. when I pulled into the driveway. The street was quiet, the sun dipping low behind the trees, casting long shadows over our neighborhood. But something felt off the moment I saw her car already parked there. Marlene's car. I froze for a second, my heart picking up speed. That shouldn't have been possible. She was supposed to be at her book club, or so she had said. I knew her schedule well. I always did. She had left the house just 2 hours earlier, cheerful, smiling, kissing me on the cheek as she promised she'd be back after an evening of discussion and tea. And yet, there it was, her car, sitting exactly where it always did, perfectly aligned, almost taunting me. I tried to shake it off. Maybe she had come home early. Maybe she had forgotten something. Maybe I didn't want to think about the other possibilities. I unlocked the door and stepped inside, calling her name casually. Marlene? You home early? No answer. Just the faint hum of the refrigerator and the soft ticking of the wall clock. I dropped my bag onto the couch and moved toward the bedroom, my steps hesitant, heavy. The bedroom door was closed. Not unusual. She sometimes took her time changing after work, but something about it made my stomach twist. I knocked lightly. Hey, is everything okay? No response. I opened the door slowly. The room was empty, but the window was slightly open, the curtain fluttering in the breeze. Her scent lingered, perfume, faint and familiar, but she wasn't there. My unease grew. Then I noticed the phone on the bed. Her phone. Screen lit up with a message preview. My pulse spiked. I knew I shouldn't look, but some part of me had already anticipated the truth, and I couldn't stop myself. The message was short, casual, but my heart sank. Had a great time tonight, can't wait to see you again. I dropped the phone as if it had burned me. My mind raced. Book club? That had been a lie. Her evening had not been about tea and discussion, it had been about someone else. I remembered the subtle signs I had ignored over the past few months, extra hours at work, sudden laughter at messages she would hide too quickly, a distant gaze when I asked about her day. I had brushed them off as stress, fatigue, maybe overthinking, but now the pieces clicked into place with brutal clarity. The betrayal hit harder than I expected. Not just the act itself, but the ease with which she had hidden it from me, the casualness with which she had deceived me, right under my nose. The person I trusted most, the woman I had shared my life with, had chosen secrecy and lies over honesty and love. I sat on the edge of the bed, feeling hollow, betrayed, and sick to my stomach. I remembered the nights we had spent talking about the future, the vacations we planned, the dreams we shared. Had any of it been real to her, or had it all been a facade, a carefully constructed mask to hide the truth? When Marlene finally walked in later that night, laughing, tipsy, the casual glow of someone who had been somewhere I wasn't meant to know about, my heart sank further. Hey, sorry I'm late, she said, brushing past me with the familiar ease of someone who expected forgiveness without question. I didn't speak. I couldn't. Words felt useless, inadequate. All I could do was watch, feeling the weight of every lie, every betrayal, every moment I had trusted her without hesitation. She glanced at me, finally noticing the look in my eyes. What's wrong? I shook my head, unable to voice the storm inside me. She shrugged and went to the bathroom, humming to herself, unaware or perhaps indifferent to the devastation she had caused. The next days were unbearable. I replayed the events over and over in my mind, tried to confront her, tried to demand honesty, tried to salvage what remained of our life together. But the trust had been destroyed. Once broken, it cannot be pieced back together with words alone. Eventually, I understood that leaving was the only way to reclaim my dignity, my peace, and my sense of self. Betrayal, I realized, isn't just about the act. It's about the disregard for the person who trusted you. Staying would have meant accepting lies and pretending the pain didn't exist. I moved out quietly, leaving behind the house that once felt like a home, the memories we had built together, and the person I thought I knew. I focused on rebuilding my life, slowly, deliberately, holding on to the lessons learned through heartbreak and betrayal. Sometimes the signs are subtle, a car parked where it shouldn't be, a message left too carelessly, a glance that doesn't meet yours. And sometimes noticing them is the moment you realize the truth. The person you trusted most may not have been the one you thought they were. Walking away wasn't easy. But that night, when I saw her car parked where it shouldn't have been, I finally understood something vital. Love is powerful, but trust is essential. Without it, no amount of affection or history can protect you from the pain of betrayal. I didn't hate her, not fully, but I stopped hoping for the woman I thought I had married. And in that painful clarity, I found a small measure of freedom, enough to start again.